This is Jonathan Aguilar for Pro Boxing Fans, joined by Robert Garcia here in Las Vegas ahead of the third fight between Canelo and Golovkin this Saturday. You've got Jesse "Bam" Rodriguez on the card, and people, when he's on the card, people watch him. Robert, how have you found the journey with Jesse Rodriguez?
You know what? All I needed was that opportunity, and Eddie Hearn, Matchroom, gave me that opportunity last October when Bam was supposed to fight for the title at 108 pounds, but his opponent had visa issues like 2 weeks before the fight, so he didn't fight for the title. So still fight on the card. They liked him. They wanted to do something again, so they put him on the February card where Rung Visai got sick, I believe, and they told us 6 days before the fight, is Bam crazy enough to jump 2 divisions to fight Cuadras? And we said yes, and that was the start. The rest is history, man. We just needed that opportunity, and you know what? I'm thankful to Matchroom and Eddie Hearn, because not only that they're great people, Kevin Rooney and everybody else, they're great people, but they're the ones that gave us the opportunity. I was knocking at doors everywhere I was at, and I was able to put them on different promotion cards, but they would just, none of them would be able to give that contract out, to sign them to be their promoters, and Eddie Hearn did, and now we're here, and this is where we belong.
Where does Sonny Edwards fit into your plans with Bam?
You know what? We plan on coming down to 112, and Sonny Edwards is definitely one in our minds. We had heard that they were going to fight with that Sonny Edwards was supposed to fight with Rey Cesar Martinez. As of now, I believe that's not happening after us. So after this fight, we'll be more than happy to fight them in England, if that's what they want to do, because I know it would be a great fight. Sonny Edwards is a great fighter, great boxer, and it would be a great fight in England.
And you've got one eye, obviously you're going to focus on this fight on Saturday, but do you have one eye on the winner of Strada Chocolatizo?
You know what, right now, especially Bam, he doesn't want to talk about what's next. Obviously, me as a manager, trainer, I do think of stuff like that. And the winner of Chocolatito or Gallo, I think those we want to leave open for Bam's brother, Joshua Franco. He's also the WBA champion at 115. So the winner, he'll be more than happy to fight the winner. And Bam, I think we'll be looking toward moving down to 112.
Robert, just moving away from this card, obviously you're in a huge fight a few weeks ago in Saudi Arabia. Didn't go your way, Joshua losing to Usyk. Before we just get into that, I do want to talk about news breaking in the last 48 hours that he's accepted terms to fight Tyson Fury on December 3rd. Firstly, your reaction to that? You know what?
I personally think it's a little bit too soon for the fight. We're only a little bit over 2 months away, and I think they don't have enough time to promote. And I personally believe it's Fury. Maybe just pressuring Anthony. What I liked about Anthony and his and the management team is that they responded and they agreed, which that says a lot about Anthony. But when it comes to finalizing everything, I think Fury's team is probably going to say, we don't have enough time, Queen Elizabeth died, so that took a lot of time out of it, so now let's plan on sometime next year. That's my personal opinion, but if it does happen, I'll be more than happy to be part of the team again and prepare him. It's a great fight, it's a huge fight for the UK, so why not let the fans see it?
Have you spoken to Joshua and his team since the fight about carrying on with Joshua?
Not with Anthony himself, but to the management team. I speak with them at least 2 to 3 times a week. We're staying in touch, and it looks like they're also have agreed to that fight, and they said they're on board. But me personally, I honestly think there's not even enough time to prepare for that fight, especially now that Queen Elizabeth died. It takes a lot of time out of it. So I'm thinking they're going to have to look at another date.
If he does fight in December, we believe he will fight in December. If it's not Fury, who would you like to see him fight?
Well, my personal opinion and what I advise the whole team is maybe get 2 or 3 fights, where he gets back to his rhythm, gets 2 or 3 wins, and then go after the big fight, whichever. If it's a third fight with Usyk, or if it's against Fury, it doesn't matter. If they're still around. But I advise 2 or 3 stay busy fights. They want to come to the United States, maybe Vegas. They said maybe China. So Vegas, China, 1 in UK, and then a 4th fight against any of those top guys. Fury or a 3rd fight against Usyk. I would love to. That would be my perfect plan.
If he fights in December and you're in his corner, do you want him to train with you in the States for that, or are you happy to train back in Loughborough?
I'll be more than happy to go to England and train over there, because camp was great. The place, the facilities there in Loughborough are great. It's a great training camp. But I do recommend, and I did tell them, that I would love him to train in the gym where he's training with Bam, with Franco, with Jose Ramirez, and the rest of my stable. I think when a fighter is in the gym with so much talent, I think himself has that pressure to do more and to compete against those guys, even though they're not in the same weight division. But I think Bam and Josh and Jose Ramirez and the rest of my stable will push Anthony to another limit. When you're training by yourself, you could have a day where I'm a little tired today, so maybe let's take a lighter day. But if that happens in a training camp, the rest are going to say, no, you're not going to, let's go, keep going, let's keep training, we got to finish up. And it forces you to do as much as they're doing, so they're kind of competing. So I think it's not a bad idea for Anthony to do something like that, where he's training with some of my fighters to motivate him and to compete to where he wants to do as much or more than them.
Just a few quick ones on the fight itself. People felt that it was an improved Anthony Joshua. However, people did feel that he wasn't aggressive enough and maybe should have stepped on the gas. Do you agree with that? What do you think?
You know what? It was my first fight with him, so it was a very difficult task. Did I think he was going to win? Of course I did, because he was doing everything good and he was listening and he was in great shape. But going in there against Usyk is not easy. Our first fight against Usyk, one of the most difficult fighters in the heavyweight division of all time, because he is very difficult, very awkward. He's left-hander. He has great angles. So it's not going to be easy. Our first fight against him was a difficult task, but I thought he did great. He was doing great. Could he have done more? Of course. And I'm one that could also understand and criticize that we could have done more. But it's not just Anthony. It was me, the whole team. Angel Fernandez did a great job. Everybody in camp did a great job. So can we do much better in the next couple of fights? 100%.
When the decision got read out and Usyk won the fight, what was going through your mind? Did you think you'd done enough? Because a lot of people did feel that Usyk convincingly won again.
You know what? I thought it was a close fight up until the 9th round. I think the last 3 rounds is what made the difference. I think after the 9th round, the fight was very close. Could have gone either way. If I'm not mistaken, on 2 of the judges, we were ahead after the 9th round. It was the last 3 rounds that made the difference. So after the 3 rounds, those 3 rounds in a row, where Usyk came back strong, made the difference. So we also have to accept, and we have to know that, there's fighters that finish strong, and that's what Usyk did.
Garcia, thanks for talking Sparring Boxing.